lineup, people. Let's get into the player ratings. Now, apologies. I need my iPhone stand so I don't have to keep holding this in my hand. Hit up the like button, people, please. Please hit up the like button. I appreciate you, Anton. Let's start off with Leno. 6 for Leno. He didn't have too much to do, really. Like, good performance for Leno. I think a 6 is cool for Leno. He didn't have anything to do, really and truly. Don't need to go OTT with the Leno rating. Like I said, nothing for Leno to do. So, personally, I'm giving Bird Leno a 7, a 6. Apologies. Nothing bad with that. Rob Holding, calm 5. Let's not go over the top. To be fair, his distribution was on point, but I think it's a calm 6, man. Like, he made some good saves. He had a calm game. He made some big saves. His distribution, I couldn't ask anything, but it's hardly amazing where, he's, it's up to Brighton, but he made some good saves to his near post. He did do very well, but I just think a 7 is OTT, really and truly, because I did think some of his passes put people under pressure. I just think anything over it is OTT. It weren't the biggest of games, really and truly. It weren't the most testing of games. I do think, he commanded his area well. I think I'm very critical on him with set pieces. I think Leno commanded his area well. I think he did what he needed to do. I just don't want to go OTT with a 1-0 victory. So I think it's a 6 for him. I actually feel Bellerin was quite good, to be fair, man. I actually feel Bellerin was quite decent today. I'd actually give Bellerin a 7. I can't lie to you, and I'm Bellerin's biggest critic. I'm Bellerin's biggest critic. So I'm going to give Bellerin a 7. I think Bellerin was good. I'm not harsh on Leno. That's just my rating, man. Football is harsh. Life is harsh. I'm allowed to give a 6. Like, I don't need to do much more for that. Like, again, your ratings are yours. My ratings are mine. Please don't tell me I'm being harsh, because I've clearly just said I respect the man's performance. I think he played well, but I'm not going any ahead. We haven't even spoke about Rob Holding yet. Please calm down. So I'm not too sure what man are getting at. I've literally just given a 6 to Leno, a 7 to Bellerin. I'm not too sure about the Holding thing, people. Please be a bit sensible. Man, I get blocked in this thing. So a 7 for Bellerin. I think Bellerin was good today. He ran down the right wing and made some problems. I think, he done what he could within his capabilities. So a 7 for Bellerin. I think Holding was decent. But I think it's a 6 thing. I think if Holding gets a 6, if Leno gets a 6, Holding has to get a 6. Again, like Leno, I think Holding did everything he needed to do. I don't think he was troubled. I think he defended well. He obviously gave the pass that led to Saka turning my man and whatnot. Whatnot. But yeah, man, I give him a 6. Maria, I give him a 6 again. Clean sheet, didn't put a foot wrong, really and truly. I give him a 6. Tierney, I think Tierney was good as well. I think from start to finish, Tierney was good. I give Tierney a 7. I think Bellerin was just better than him, but I think Tierney had a good game. I don't know for El Nene. I don't know for El Nene. I don't know for El Nene. Because I don't think it was a 4. I don't think it was anything better than that, man. I'm not sure for El Nene. I've got to think about this. I'm going to give a man a 5, innit? Because he didn't make no errors, apart from sometimes getting caught in possession. I give El Nene a 5. I give Xhaka a 6. I think Xhaka was a tiny bit better than El Nene, but again, capped at what they offer. Better in the second half. I think Xhaka tried to drive the game in the second half, personally. I can't disagree. I'll give El Nene a 5, but you lot are going with, some of you are going with 4s. I can't blame you. He could have, when he got caught in possession. I give him a 5, but I'm definitely not forgetting about that where he got caught. We spoke about that in the post game analysis. So a 6 for Xhaka, a 5 for El Nene. Bukayo Saka, whew, better news now. Better news. We've got over the duds. Better news. Bukayo Saka. I give Saka a 9. I give Saka a 9. I give Saka a 8. I give Saka an 8 because I can't forget about the first half. I think he showed good mentality to turn it around, but first 45 minutes, I think he struggled a bit. I give Saka an 8. I give Saka an 8. Obviously, he grabbed the assist. He showed his quality. You know, he ran man ragged. I give him an 8. You know, I mark it down for the first half. I can't get over the first half. Great mentality to turn it around, but I think an 8's a cool performance. Somebody said, "What about Marie?" I gave Marie like holding a 6. I gave Marie a 6. So yeah, so I gave Marie a 6. Martinelli, I think a 7. I don't. If I'm giving Saka an 8, I can't give you an 8. I think Martinelli a 7. I think he did his thing. I think Martinelli did his thing. Second half, he woke up. I think he showed his naivety in the first half, going searching for the ball. He went searching for the ball. I think he did well. He should have really had some pre-assists or be involved in some goals, because second half he was breaking at will. So I give Martinelli a 7. I think, for the record, I think if your name is Bukayo Saka, Emil Smith-Rowe, Martinelli, Tierney and Bellerin, you were the standout performers. I also think Leno did well with what he could do. Holding and Marie didn't put a foot wrong as well. So a 7 for Martinelli, an 8 for Bukayo Saka. I'm going to leave the best, in my opinion, till last. Aubameyang, to be fair with you, was Aubameyang worse than El Nene? Really? Was he worse? Do you know what? A 4 for El Nene, a 4 for Aubameyang. You know, I give 4 for Aubameyang and El Nene. I think they were off the pace, really and truly. I give a 4 for Aubameyang and a 4 for El Nene. The man of the match for me, I give him a 9. It's Smith-Rowe, personally. I think Smith-Rowe, you get it. Saka turned up. Saka stood up to be counted in the second half. But I just think from start to finish, Smith-Rowe looked like the one that was going to make stuff happen. And I think Smith-Rowe had a very good game. He stood up to be counted, really and truly. He was buzzing. I think, for me, Smith-Rowe's the man of the match. So I give Smith-Rowe a 9. Really, he should be getting a 10. I think I gave them a 10 against Chelsea, but I give a 9 to Smith-Rowe. So yeah, Lacazette, you know, again, I don't really like to rate subs, really, but you know, you was on there long enough. I'll give Lacazette, from what you played, I can't give you any. I don't think you're the man of the match, but I can't give you anything less than an 8/9, because you scored the winner 2 minutes being on. You linked up well with Smith-Rowe. I think he probably deserves an 8 as well, to be fair with you. I think Laka was quite good when he came on. Danny Ceballos, you know, the game part, didn't really put a mark on the game, so I don't really think you can give him ratings. I don't think Maitland-Niles the same. So to recap, I've given a 6 to Leno. Like I said, I think Leno collected stuff from the air very well. His distribution was so. He didn't really put a foot wrong. I think Bellerin gets a 7. I think Marie and Holding get 6s. I think Tierney also gets a 7. Granit Xhaka gets a 5. Gets a 6. Sorry. El Nene gets a 4. Aubameyang gets a 4. Bukayo Saka gets an 8. Martinelli for me is a 7. Smith-Rowe is my man of the match, and he gets a 9. So fair play. That's what I'm going with personally. I'm going to look at you lot's ratings in a second, people. Let me just make a mental note of this. 52 minutes, so let's say around 40 odd was the player ratings. So yeah, that's me, really and truly. Big up all the Twitch gang. Make sure you're following on Twitch. I don't get the El Nene. Sorry, that's not you. Fleet Fox. I don't get the El Nene rating. I didn't mind him, really. Personally, my guy, with all due respect, it's not for you to get. It's my opinion, and I respect yours. But I think the game, like mostly, it passed El Nene. I don't think El Nene did anything, brought anything to the table. I think there was a couple times he got caught in possession. I think second half, like everyone, he reacted, but it's more of the same for El Nene. And even against Chelsea, he had a good game, but he kind of struggled. I don't think El Nene's been decent, really and truly. He's not really did what he's needed to do. And if there was something else, if there was other options, you know, there might be criticisms of him, or he might be dropped. But we're having to deal with what we need to deal with. You know, disappointing from Aubameyang. On another day, Aubameyang probably gets a 3. You know, let me save face. I do think there was a bit of recovery in the second half. I do think he should have. I do think he should have played a bit. He should have done a bit better in numerous regards. I think El Nene and Aubameyang probably the worst players on the field. If at a push, I think Aubameyang was actually worse than El Nene, because he was anonymous, didn't hold the ball up. Yeah, there weren't chances created, but the very few chances you had put at your feet and put on your table, didn't do what needed to be done with it, people. I can't, in terms of Arteta, I'll give Arteta an 8/9. I'll leave that for you lot to decide because I can't disagree with any of the lineup. Xhaka and El Nene, the only people I can get at, but we've got injuries. And to be fair, man, them did their thing against Chelsea, so I understood. And Bellerin definitely repaid his faith. The only ones I could get, Lacazette unlucky to lose his space, but someone's got to drop out to bring in Aubameyang back in. Obviously, he brought on Lacazette at the right time, literally. So I can't ask Arteta. Everyone's very critical of Arteta. And again, it's only beating Brighton with all due respect. And again, it's only been 180 minutes of football. We need this to keep going. But based on what I've seen, I think Arteta did well. Pardon me. He got skinned against Chelsea as well, man. There was who sat Xhaka on his arse? Someone sent Xhaka shop. Was it that guy that begins with a J? I don't want to butcher his name. He sent Xhaka shop, man. El Nene did play well against United, but you have to put that down to a blip. We have a lot of hot and cold players. They play well in form. He showed himself now. He played out of his skin against them. He played out of his skin against Liverpool in the Community Shield. But at the same time, I very much doubt I'm going to see them videos about every touch from Arsenal about El Nene. I think I'm going to see one about Smith Rowe again because Smith Rowe was good. For me, the brightest spark in the game is the young G's, like as usual. We can talk about Lacazette's encouraging performance, maybe Bellerin's if you want to waste time on that. But for me personally, it's the young guys. They're a breath of fresh air, as you guys know. They're a breath of fresh air. Martinelli's got a lot of promise. Smith Rowe is starting to raise his performances and whatnot. Saka showed what he's on. It is disappointing because Aubameyang was very poor. Didn't give the strikers any nightmares. Very anonymous. El Nene struggled. Midfield as well struggled. There's not really any options. Second half we had to turn it around. First half was a bit so-so, but all in all, we did what we needed to do, man. We can't complain, can we? We can't. It is what it is. Job done. I'm not gonna complain. It is what it is, people. We walk away with the victory, and we just firmly have to focus on West Brom now, and the games are coming thick and fast, people. Like I said, this is a good moment. It's happy not to lose, but it's irrelevant come tomorrow now because Saturday 8 p.m. tough trip to the Hawthorns against West Bromwich Albion. Then after that, a week from then, we've got the FA Cup, which we will be defending. Then we've got Crystal Palace at home. Then we meet Newcastle again. Then, to end January, you've got Southampton. You've got United at home. You've got Southampton away, should I reiterate? Not that you shouldn't have known that already. February, you've got Wolves away, Villa away, Leeds at home. You've got, sandwiched in between the two games against Benfica, you've got Manchester City. And when you get out of that Europa League sort of period, assuming we've won, you've got Leicester away. So the games are coming thick and fast. Players are going to need to stand up to be counted. And me, I'm happy to see Arteta have problems. I want Arteta to have problems. I want to play Lacazette and Aubameyang. Should I play Lacazette in the 10 and Aubameyang up front? Oh, crap, what happens to Smith Rowe? All right, let me move Aubameyang to the left. There's Martinelli. Let me try Aubameyang on the right, which didn't work, or Martinelli on the right. But then I've got to get rid of Saka, or I want to start playing Pepe again. I can't bring him in. I want to bring in Nelson, this and that. We need problems. Arteta needs problems. It's, like I said at the start, it's too easy to pick Arsenal's team in a sense of you pick the ones that are playing well, the Tierney's, the Lenos, the Sakas, the Martinellis, then you pick a couple of others because you've got no choice, but the Gabriels as well and Partey's when fit. Then you pick players because you've got no choice. You've got no choice but to play half of these players due to injuries and the situation we find ourselves in. I don't know what going on for Reece Nelson, my guy Barry, because I see, Arsenal are taking pictures of him for Instagram. I don't know, this is a time where we need to loan out the man. If he's not going to be used, I hear that we need to use him for depth purposes and things, but I just think we should thingy, man. We should loan him out if he's not going to play, because what's the point? Really and truly, it's going to be a waste. And I would like to see him get chances because, these young players are getting opportunities. Trust me, my man have to allow me. It's like a lot of you can disagree with me. You should be disagreeing. I disagree with half of what you lot say, but man don't need to force their opinions down me. I don't force my opinion on you. Especially player ratings, they do annoy me. What do you mean he needs a 4, bro? You're not gonna put a gun to my head. Allow it, fam. Hey, allow it, bro. Let's just calm down, man. Let's just relax, man. It's a bit harsh. To be fair, today he made good decisions. You've got to praise and critique fairly, in my opinion, but each to their own. Do you know what? I have to assume Arteta. There has to be something. There has to be something. You know, there has to be something, because at the same time he started him against Liverpool, he started him against Chelsea, he started in some good games, sort of thing. So I don't know for the Reece Nelson thing. I really don't know, but let's just hope so, man. I would like to see Balogun on the bench, especially when you've got players, not young players, not old players, not performing, and you've got young players taking chances. I would like to see Balogun as that guy that gets the little 10 minutes and whatnot in the Premier League, man. You know, but again, I'm happy for the young players. Simply put, people, they took their chances. The key thing is not that you can do it 1 week. Can you do it twice? You know, so you done it against Chelsea. Can you do it again? You did it again. You know, can you do it a third time? Once again, these players are gonna, you know, these players are gonna struggle. They are gonna struggle. Smith Rowe, Balogun, Martinelli, Saka. There's gonna be games they're woeful. Saliba if brought in, but we have to just take our time, and I would like to see Saliba get some opportunities. And like I said, for Saliba and Reece Nelson, let's sort out their short-term futures in January. They need to both go out on loan, people, really and truly. I've got nothing more to add, man. What can I say? 2 wins from 2. We end 2020 on a good sort of run. There isn't anything more to add in that regards, people. So I'm going to get out of here. It's always a pleasure. People, DG, I'm out. Please make sure you hit the like button on your way out. I'll be here back again tomorrow. I'm going to watch the game again. We'll talk about it from a tactical point of view. We'll obviously speak about any talking points that emerge in relation to Arsenal, people. But on that note, people, DG, I'm out.